Scene script. Have you ever wondered what it would mean if the world's emerging economies had their own currency? Welcome to a deep dive into the BRICS currency. To kick things off, let's delve into what BRICS actually stands for. This acronym represents 5 major emerging national economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These nations, with their increasing influence on the global stage, have been contemplating a unified currency, a concept that has the potential to redefine the global economic landscape. But where did this concept originate? It all started back in 2009 when the BRICS nations came together to form an association. Their primary goal was to foster mutual growth, peace, prosperity, and cultural understanding. As a part of this objective, they began to explore the idea of a unified currency. This proposed currency, often referred to as the BRICS currency, is believed to be a tool that could bolster economic growth and stability among these nations. By mitigating the effects of exchange rate fluctuations and reducing dependency on the US dollar and euro, the BRICS currency could offer a new dimension of economic freedom and control to these emerging economies. Interestingly, this is not a novel concept. The Eurozone has been operating with a unified currency, the euro, since 1999. And the results? Well, they've been mixed, to say the least. But the BRICS nations believe they can learn from the Eurozone's experiences and create a system that works for them. But it's not just about economic growth and stability. The BRICS currency is also about power. Power to influence global economic policies. Power to have a say in international trade agreements. Power to shape the future of the global economy. So, the BRICS nations are exploring a new frontier in global economics. But how does this work exactly? Let's explore. Why would these 5 diverse countries want to establish a shared currency? The reasons are more compelling than you might think. Imagine a world where the global economy isn't dominated by the US dollar or euro. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are working to make that a reality. Their goal? To create a shared currency that stands as a viable alternative to the established monetary order. Why, you might ask? The reasons are manifold. Firstly, establishing a BRICS currency would reduce dependency on the US dollar and euro. For decades, the world has been at the mercy of these two, often leading to economic distortions. A shared BRICS currency could provide a buffer, a means of protecting these emerging economies from the fluctuations of the dollar and euro. Secondly, a shared currency could foster intra-BRICS trade. By eliminating exchange rate risk and transaction costs, trade between these nations could be significantly boosted. This could lead to the creation of a powerful economic bloc, capable of competing with the likes of the European Union or North America. Finally, the BRICS currency could shield these nations from global economic shocks. By pooling their resources and creating a unified front, they could better withstand the winds of economic change. This is especially crucial in a world where the economic landscape can shift dramatically overnight. Of course, the journey to establish a BRICS currency is not without its challenges. The economies of these 5 nations are vastly different, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Creating a shared currency that caters to all is a complex task, but the potential rewards are immense. A shared BRICS currency could herald a new era of economic cooperation and stability. It could give these emerging economies a stronger voice on the global stage, allowing them to dictate their own economic futures rather than being at the mercy of the dollar and euro. The BRICS currency aims to rewrite the rules of global trade, but the implementation is a complex process. We'll delve into that next. Creating a new currency isn't as simple as printing new banknotes. It's a complex process with many moving parts. This couldn't be truer when we discuss the implementation of the BRICS currency. At the heart of this process is the New Development Bank, or the NDB. Established by the BRICS countries, the NDB plays a crucial role in this process. It's not just about managing monetary policies or keeping inflation in check. It's also about creating a system that is stable, reliable, and able to weather economic storms. However, the path to a unified currency isn't devoid of challenges. The economic structures among the BRICS nations are as diverse as the countries themselves. Brazil's economy is heavily reliant on commodities, while Russia is a powerhouse in energy production. India has a burgeoning service sector, China is a manufacturing giant, and South Africa is rich in minerals. Harmonizing these differing economic structures to create a unified currency is akin to orchestrating a symphony with instruments from around the globe. Additionally, implementing a new currency could have far-reaching impacts on global trade. Currently, the US dollar dominates international transactions. The introduction of the BRICS currency could disrupt this status quo, bringing a shift in global economic power. It could provide the BRICS nations with greater control over their economies, reducing their reliance on the US dollar and potentially leading to a more balanced global economy. But these changes won't happen overnight. It's a long-term process that requires careful planning, robust systems, and stringent regulations. It means navigating through uncharted waters and facing challenges that could test the resilience of the BRICS alliance. Yet, despite these challenges, the potential rewards are immense. A unified BRICS currency could pave the way for economic growth, financial stability, and increased global influence for these nations. The road to a unified BRICS currency is fraught with challenges, but the potential rewards could be monumental. Now, let's consider the implications. If successful, the BRICS currency could reshape the global economic landscape. But what exactly would this look like? Picture this: a new world economic order where the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, wield significant clout. The BRICS currency, a symbol of their collective economic might, could potentially shift the balance of global economic power. We're talking about a world where the BRICS nations aren't just emerging economies, but key players in the global financial arena. This could mean a paradigm shift from a dollar-dominated world to a more multipolar global economy. The BRICS currency could potentially challenge the hegemony of the US dollar, the euro, and the yen. Now, let's consider the response of other major economies. The US, EU, and Japan might perceive the BRICS currency as a threat to their economic dominance. This could lead to economic friction and the potential reshaping of global trade alliances. On the flip side, these major economies might also see opportunities in this new economic landscape. They could leverage the BRICS currency to diversify their foreign exchange reserves and reduce their reliance on the dollar. But what about international trade? The BRICS currency could facilitate trade among BRICS nations and with other countries. It could reduce transaction costs and eliminate exchange rate risks, thereby boosting trade. However, it could also lead to trade imbalances if not managed properly. Of course, this is all hypothetical. The BRICS currency is a bold and ambitious project, and its implementation is fraught with challenges. The BRICS nations have diverse economies, political systems, and levels of development. They need to overcome these differences and work together to make the BRICS currency a reality. In conclusion, the BRICS currency could be a game changer on the global economic stage. It could shift the balance of economic power, reshape trade alliances, and create new opportunities. However, it's not a done deal. The BRICS currency is still a work in progress, and its success depends on the collaboration and commitment of the BRICS nations themselves. The BRICS currency could be a game changer, but it's still a work in progress. Let's wrap things up. The idea of the BRICS currency is ambitious, exciting, and fraught with uncertainties. But what does the future hold? As we look ahead, the potential future developments for the BRICS currency paint an intriguing picture. At its core, this currency represents an audacious attempt to reshape the global economic landscape. It's a bold vision, one that could fundamentally alter the dynamics of international finance. The prospects for the success of the BRICS currency are closely tied to the economic performance of the BRICS countries themselves: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Together, these countries account for about a quarter of the world's land area and more than 40% of its population. They are economic powerhouses in their own right, and their collective influence on the global stage is growing. However, the road to success is not without its challenges. The BRICS countries have diverse economies with different strengths and weaknesses. Aligning their economic policies and financial systems to support a common currency will be a complex task, and the BRICS currency will need to gain the trust of international markets, which is no small feat. Yet, the potential benefits are substantial. A common currency could strengthen economic ties among the BRICS nations, fostering increased trade and investment. It could provide a buffer against currency volatility and help these countries exert greater control over their economic destinies. The impact of the BRICS currency on the BRICS nations themselves could be profound. It could stimulate economic growth, reduce poverty, and promote financial stability. In a world increasingly defined by economic interdependence, the BRICS currency could serve as a powerful tool for cooperation and mutual advancement. The BRICS currency is a bold vision of a new economic order. Whether it will succeed remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: it's a development worth watching.